Hey guys, I had a little bit of incoming over the last few days. First one was from Chuck over at Old Top Farms. Chuck's a fun guy, you know, and we exchange a lot of emails. And when he starts typing, he just doesn't stop typing. My answers and replies are always short and sweet, but Chuck, he gets those fingers rolling, and man, he'll write you a novel. So, and he wrote me a novel here. I'm not going to sit there and read all of this, but and it's a lot of it's a little personal. So, Chuck, thank you for the fruit and everything you sent. He actually sent some homegrown melons that were sprinkled in a natural cane sugar and dehydrated, and they were awesome. We had the bag open by the time we even got up to the house from the mailbox, and by the time we even got them into the kitchen, they were half gone. He sent some candied pears and some Hawaiian melon. He had them on his YouTube channel. They were funny looking. They looked like footballs, and they were green with yellow stripes or something like that. But Chuck, thanks. And for you guys that don't subscribe, get over there and check Chuck out. He's pretty fun. Next up was another viewer, and he goes by the handle of IL Gopher. He sent over a calendar, I think, that he makes. It's a 2015 machinist calendar, but you know, he's got some pretty nice things. There's somebody got their center finder on there, or their edge finder, and they're working on some work. And there's a big old curl coming off and a big plume of smoke, so that's pretty neat. And drilling a hole, looks like, you know, yeah, they're in a lathe there. So and they got a facing cut going. So he's taken some very nice photographs. There's some work being done in a 5C collet. So nice calendar for the shop, and maybe get over to IL Gopher and talk to him if you want to, you know, get your hands on one of these and get ready for next year. It's a pretty cool shop calendar. But and he also sent me some magnetic blocks for the surface grinders. Let's go over and look at those, because the ones he sent are very interesting. So let's go over to the bench and take a good look at them, and we'll talk about the advantages of the type that he sent. So these are the type of blocks here that everyone's used to seeing, which is just a laminated block, aluminum cast iron, and they've got the aluminum pins going through them. Real garden variety. Here's another type, and this is cast iron brass, which transfer the magnetism equally well. Well, now what Mr. Gopher has sent are they're a button type. And these are aluminum blocks, and they've got cast iron pins coming up through them. So I've got two of those little ones. This is an interesting one here. Somebody went crazy drilling holes in that. And you may say, well, what's the difference? Why do I care if it's a button type or a laminated type with the stripes? Let's go over to the magnetic Chuck, and I'm going to show you why. Take a look at this big one that he sent. This is a big button type magnetic parallel or magnetic transfer block, and it needs to be ground. You know, it's been dropped and the corner's kind of nicked, so we're not sitting down flat or anything yet, but you know, we'll get it all reground and all cleaned up. And I've just got just a blank here we can kind of play with, you know, so that should stick down pretty good right there. And yep, we're stuck down solid on that top. That sucker's not moving. And here's the beauty of this one. If I need to, let's say I wanted to grind, you know, parallel with this edge, and I want to turn like this. Same thing, I'm stuck. Or if I want to go this way, I'm there again, stuck again. So let me go to my old set, and I will show you the drawback of a laminated set of parallel blocks. And this one, so we got the same amount of real estate, or roughly. I'm going to go ahead and use two, because it, you know, with one that's just not a fair comparison. But let's start off this way. And you can see the laminations are running north and south, and you already know that the laminations in a mag chuck run north and south. So we're gonna drop this dude on here, and you know, we're there, we're solid. But watch what happens now. I'm gonna turn this 90 degrees, stick it down. I got nothing. So the button magnet, or the button type transfer blocks, will transfer magnetism in any direction. It doesn't care which way you put the block on the table. The laminated ones always have to be parallel with the table. This is the reason I had to cut the grooves in these just to make my little squares, because sometimes my square has to sit like this, and it's got a lip on the one side, and that lip drops into that groove, so it can sit like that. Okay, so that's the reason why the parallels are such a pain, and these button types they're very desirable. You know, that's an awesome awesome setup. They're omnidirectional. All right, but special thanks go out to Mr. IL Gopher for sending me this, and he also sent me this pair of them, which is another type of transfer, and there's two of those. So I guess what could I do? I could do something like this maybe. And again, these don't care which way they go, so I could do something here like that, or something like that. So yeah, that's pretty cool. All right, guys, but that's the difference between the two types of transfer blocks. And one of my favorite boxes came in. My feedback makes a difference. Doesn't make a difference to me. It makes a difference to them. No good deburring system. There better not be a deburring system in there. I didn't order that. Got a couple of diamond tips. My wife saw the invoice on this and said, "Who you buying diamonds for?" Quarter carat diamond points on 3/8 stems. This better not be a deburring system. This better be a snug. Oh, it is. Cool. And yeah, you can buy these, the adjustable snug. That's with the fine adjust. You can buy these just by themselves. They're not that expensive. I gave like 26 bucks for this. So this piece is getting threaded into the Squaremaster. There's a aluminum block with a stud sticking out just for a snug now, and just below that I was going to thread a hole. This is metric. I think it's like 6mm, but I'm going to drill and tap a hole in that block, actually at an angle. So I want to end up with this assembly with the knob kind of sitting straight, so kind of tip down a little bit, because my indicator can come off of here. I can tilt that a little bit too, but if I put it in straight, then the knob's kind of wonky. So I want to drill and tap that hole at just about a 10-15 degree angle. I'll kind of measure that and see what I need to do. And I think I'm in the market for a metric tap for that. But that's going to be something for another day. So anyways, this is going on the Squaremaster. I'm making a tool for my, let's see, I actually drew a picture of it. This is for the lathe, so I can put parts in here, and that, that's a 1/2 inch part and all the way up to a 2-inch part, and it's just going to be a big yoke with a clamp on the back. And then out in front, I'm going to have a solid stem, part of this stem, but then I'm going to kind of dovetail it with a quick lock on it, so I can take this piece and turn it on there any way I want, so I can dress my wheel at any angle, any compound angle I want. So that's kind of a quick sketch of what I'm doing with that, but that part of it there. Okay. Okay, I was going to show you this quick mod I did to the Squaremaster. You can see I installed a Noga fine adjust on there. Now, I know that this is a burning question in your mind. What angle is that knob at? Because I mounted the entire holder at an angle. It's 15 degrees, so I measured very carefully and drilled and tapped my hole at 15 degrees, and that puts your knob dead flat. And you've still got the swinging little piece out here at the end that we're used to seeing on the Noga. And this enables me to run, do horizontals and, you know, dial in a horizontal, or I can just flip my stylus and sweep a vertical. So I don't have to break down the Squaremaster to set up a surface gauge and be bouncing back and forth. The Squaremaster is kind of an all-in-one for this. It doesn't actually measure horizontals, but I'm not doing any actual measuring. I'm doing comparative work, so it's perfect. All right, but that's the Squaremaster mod.
Here's a quick Anchorlube test in some 6061 aluminum, testing for a built-up edge.
Hey guys, I thought I would just show you this. I'm just cutting some 6061. This is just some aluminum soft jaws. I have to make a step in it. I've already made one pass at, you know, 48 thousandths depth and running fast, and that was a climb mill. But what I'm using, WD-40 is always our old standby. I'm using Anchorlube water. I mean, look at that. That's just green water, and this is the washout from my bowls at the end of the day, and I actually saved that. So I thought I would try this just for some lubrication, just to stop the built-up edge, just like we do WD, and see if we get a built-up edge, see if the Anchorlube will prevent the built-up edge that we're used to seeing. So let's twist up and finish this cut. It's a 3/8 end mill. I'm running about 1200, and like I said, this is just pretty much water. But let's get a little more depth of cut going there. I'm looking for a 130 depth of cut, so I'm going to take this up, and we'll take it up to 100, with a 1/10 of an inch total cut. I've already pulled out 40 or 50, but let's see how this does. Pulling to about 120, 125, and run it again. Then we'll come back and make a little 5,000 final cut. When I'm all done, we'll pull the tool and get a good look at it. See if we got a built-up edge on there. All right, final cut. pull the tool and get a good look at it. I blew it off with an air hose, but that's it. There's no signs of any built-up edge on there. I'm getting a real clean cut. And there's my tool. I'm going to hold it where I think it's focusing. I'm going to just rotate it really slowly so you can see that there's no built-up edge on there at all. Okay, so that's actually just my waste. You know, when I do my rinse out on my trays at the end of the day, that's the I keep another bottle of Anchorlube or another bottle to the side with just the rinse water, and then I use that to thin Anchorlube with. But I decided to try it just watered down to you know, to see if it would cut aluminum the same as WD-40. You know, we always spray WD-40 around like holy water. But because this 6061 is so gummy, it would clog your flutes. But this is really free cutting, and there's no evidence of any buildup in there at all. I want you to look down all those flutes right there. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. And WD-40 is getting kind of pricey these days. So successful test.